Hi everybody, Dacob here. Welcome back to the Fashion Bunker. We're talking, yeah, Kanye, ex-Kanye West, Yeezy, Gap, Adidas. Kanye, or yeah, is all over the place. He's leaving. He's done. He's done with Gap. He's done with Adidas. Shocking revelations. First, subscribe to my channel here on the tubes. Push the join button next to the subscription button. Become a member today. Get access to extra perks. You can also join me on Patreon. superdacob all spelled together there as well for extra perks. This video is being filmed live in front of a live virtual audience. I live stream every Saturday, and you're all welcome to join and partake in the chats. Let me cue in my co-chatters. Kanye West accuses Gap and Adidas of stealing his designs. Now, everything I say in this video is just my opinion, just for entertainment purposes only, not rooted in truths or facts. Everything's alleged. A new journey. Listen, he wants to start a new journey. He is on his own journey. Oh, you best believe, honey, he is on his journey, on his own private journey. Now, not for a Birkin, maybe, but definitely he wants to open up, allegedly, his own Yeezy stores. He apparently also found somebody to co-fund him, an investor or a sponsor or what have you. And now, how do we know all this? Well, apparently, yeah, went on a one of his binges, like kind of posting binges on Instagram or Twitter, well, on social media, and sent also a DM to somebody explaining like why he thinks his ideas were stolen from him and how they were stolen from him, and then that has been published like as a screenshot on Ye's own Instagram. He actually posted it as an Insta story. Somebody posted it as an Insta story. We have a screenshot for it to share with you. Let's read his allegations because, honey, you best believe somebody took screenshots. The receipts are there, and we're gonna go through them together. I mean, it's possible. Well, his style is kind of eclectic. Interesting, Comelita. Delusional journey, says Raquel. Can't wait to discuss. You guys, let's open this up. Let's open this case up because let me show you where it's at. The text message that we have, which should be here. There it is. So you can see this is Ye's Instagram. So it's kind of like a screenshot of a text that he sent someone. So I'm going to read this together with you. So he allegedly wrote, Adidas made up the Yeezy Day idea without my approval, which is, I suppose, like a particular day in which they kind of sold special pieces. Maybe something similar to what Telfar just did like a couple of days ago with their rainbow. I say rainbow because there's way more colors than the actual rainbow. And that bag, the Telfar bag, launched the whole like rainbow spectrum, like very much like Pantone color palette. And then all the colorways were available and they would sell out really quickly. So that happened like it was a one-day launch thing, and that was kind of the Telfar bag day. So I don't know if Adidas wanted to do something similar with their Yeezy Day idea. But anyway, Adidas made up the Yeezy Day idea without my approval, he says allegedly, right? Then went and brought back older styles without my approval, picked colors and named them without my approval, went and hired people that worked for me without my approval. Honey, if people work for you, you should be paying them. So maybe you have to kind of reevaluate the concept of hiring people. Maybe you should start hiring people because then you can control actually who you're hiring. I don't think somebody can hire somebody for you if it's not you. But hey. Stole my colorways without my approval, stole my styles and material approaches without my approval, went and hired a GM of Yeezy without my approval, took talent on the production side and sprinkled them throughout Adidas Originals without my approval. Even though they did a Balenciaga collaboration, they completely slowed down production on the shoes me and Demna developed for Gap by trying to bully Gap, even though my contract states I can do casual shoes which I was doing when I did fashion shows when I originally ordered Adidas to make more Yeezys. Oh my god, there's no full Kanye. We gotta learn to do commas, full stops. Okay, let me just translate this, simplify for you guys. What he's saying is Adidas did a collaboration with Balenciaga. Artistic director of Balenciaga is Demna Gvasalia or Gvasalia. Demna from Balenciaga, for Balenciaga, and Kanye did a collaboration for Gap. So he's saying Adidas is doing a collaboration with Balenciaga. Adidas is working with me for Yeezy. Balenciaga and I are doing something with Gap. We also want to do shoes with Gap. But Adidas is allegedly threatening to sue Gap or is trying to stop the shoe collaboration because apparently it seems from what he's saying is that Adidas wants exclusivity on anything sneaker related with Kanye West, like Yeezy related, to be only with Adidas. So what he's alleging in this message, from what I gather, is like Adidas tried to allegedly stop Gap from doing the shoes or slash sneakers with him and Balenciaga because Adidas wants to have exclusive on the Yeezy shoes. Now what he's saying is even though Yeezy's or Kanye's contract with Adidas states that he can do casual shoes, I guess not sneakers, which he was doing when he did fashion shows. Now, when I originally ordered Adidas to make more Yeezy slides, the GM lied to my face and said they didn't have the capacity. Meanwhile, Adidas was copying my slides and making their own version of the Yeezy slide. Yeezy 68% of Adidas online sales, God step in. Isn't this interesting? Hey, Diamond Diva Princess. Love the eyeliner. It's giving Gary Oldman and Dracula vibes. Thank you so much, my dear. Thank you. So, you guys, I personally think in his last interview, he said he has never read a book, so his writing is on point. Okay, well, he never read a book. He keeps saying that he's reading the Bible all the time. That's a book. So I guess he read at least one book. But so allegedly. Now, like I get it, but at the same time, you have to be very specific and precise about. It's a very big book, says Diamond Diva Princess. Exactly. You got to be very, very. Yeah, I don't know. If Adidas was sneaky and was kind of like taking inspiration from his styles to make their own. These big brands have a tendency to do that. I wouldn't pass it by them. Does he have legal claim over certain things? If you change more than 20, 30, 40, I'm no lawyer here, but depending on the country, you're working in copyright law. If you change a certain percentage of the design and make it into something else, then you can get away with it, especially if the original shoe was also made under your roof and under your brand. So if the Yeezy sneaker was made under Adidas, they own some sort of ownership over that shoe, depending what sort of contract they have with him. Obviously, he's not disclosing that, at least not in this post. He's not disclosing it, but maybe he disclosed it because he did a couple of years ago, if I don't remember wrong. He did disclose, like on Twitter, his contract with some music band, and then that one of those moments that he had when he peed on his Grammys and stuff. Yeah, Comelita, he may be onto something, but just not articulating it well. I mean, this could be an issue if he's no longer working with Balenciaga. I thought he cut ties with Balenciaga. Well, his problem is that his problem is Adidas. Now, he apparently also kind of stopped doing Gap, so he wants to stop everything. Kev, the company might own the design unless you don't have a particular type of contract that protects you in some sort of way. Because let's not forget, when he entered into his agreement with Adidas, he was already a major star. So it's not like you're just thankful that a major sports fashion company is willing to work with you, and so you just accept their terms no matter what. He was famous enough to also dictate to a certain degree his own terms when he stipulated his contract with Adidas. What those terms are, I don't know. I do not know. How can I? I never read the contract, nor was I ever shown the contract. So I don't know who owns the rights to the designs. He seems to be going at all of the he seems to be going at all of the designers, says Suzy Q. Comunita says, but Adidas is working with Balenciaga, so this seems like a potential conflict. Well, no, because he's working with Gap. So what he's saying here is that Adidas, he's claiming allegedly that Adidas allegedly tries to stop the shoe release at Gap, because he and Balenciaga are working for Gap. Yeah, Madame. Interesting point you say, guys. He just doesn't want to be a slave to these brands. Being a slave is just a mentality, according to Ye. Now, well, he doesn't want to be a slave to the brand. There you go. Comelita understood it. Okay, good. You got a point. Good, good, good. Kev says, I can only imagine how long that contract is, right? But what I want to say is, you guys, because he started with Adidas when he was already famous and rich and big, again, I'm saying, a slave to what? It's a rich person mentality that he's having here. What am I saying? What I mean? What do I mean by this? By this I mean, when you have a lot of money, you don't invest your own money ever. Ever. Your money is your money. It's like your collateral. It's like what you have. It's your liquidity. You're liquid in that money. So you go to an investor, to a bank, and you say, hey, I'm worth $10 billion. So I can back up whatever you would invest in me. So give me a loan or invest in the business. I'm good for it. Now, if he were clever and he doesn't want, and then the investor comes in, gives you the money, but then they own a part of the business. They want the money back as well. They want profits. Now, that's how business works, you guys, and that's how big money works. Simply explained. Now, he has a problem with this. But then I'm telling you, Kanye, you're worth billions. Then don't do the rich man business strategy. Don't go to a bank, don't go to an investor, don't go to a major brand and tell them, hey, I'm good for it. Let's work together. Then don't do it. Then invest your own money. You want to be 100% in control of your business and of everything you do? Then don't go to an investor. Use your private funds. Use your money. Don't ask for an investment. Don't go to a bank. Don't go to Adidas. Don't go to anybody else. Start your own company with your own money. With the billions you got in the bank that you want to leave to your kids because you keep talking about your kids are not going to get anything because everybody's ripping you off. Well, then stop working with other people. Use your own money. Invest your own money in your own business. And then you're not going to have any problems with anybody else taken from you. Done. And you can start small. You don't have to start on $1 billion scale. You don't have to have the facilities that Adidas has in China, in Taiwan, in Hong Kong, wherever they have their factories to produce the shoes. You don't have to do it that vastly of a scale. You can do it at a smaller scale, start expanding. All of those brands started small and they grew with time. You want to leave a legacy to your kids? Leave that to your kids. Just like all these other brands left it to their kids, and then their kids started working in the company as well, in the family owned company as well, and that's how empire grows. So do that, Kanye, instead of looking for other people. You're rich, you're a billionaire, dude. You have the money to do it on your own. You don't need an investor. And if you want to have an investor, then you zip it, because that's how business goes. They co-own the business. You can't expect people to invest in your business and then you want to have the final word on everything. That's not how it goes. That's not a partnership. That's not how investments work. So it's either like this or like that, my dear. Comalita says, I agree, Dacob, because if you want people to invest in your company, you can't expect them to not want to cut. This is why many companies choose not to go public or have private investors. Great points. I'm just saying, don't do it. If you don't want to do it, you don't do it. You do it on your own. You're rich enough. You can start. Listen, the kids love you. The kids who have that money for the sneaker, for the shoe, for your merch, they love you. If you start your own business, even small, they're going to stand in line. They're going to sleep outside that door of that shop you open to buy your stuff. So, what are you worried about? Oh, are you worried about investing your own money? You don't want to touch that? Well, then don't complain when somebody else invests their money, but then they want also to control what happens with their money. That's just my 5 cents. Like, I'm no financial advisor, you guys. I didn't study this shit. So throw shade at me if you want to throw shade at me. I'm not going to sit here and tell you how it goes, but I'm just saying, before I would get angry, if I were him, I would first say, you know what? Let me just invest my own money. Because I don't want to deal with other investors. I don't want to deal with them. I have the feeling they'll want to rip me off. Okay, fine. You have enough of your own money. Then invest your own. Done. And call it a day. Seriously, super easy. Because he's been doing this for a while, you guys. Every time, he always cries publicly. It's a social media outrage, every time. And they're doing me dirty. And they did me dirty. And they did me dirty. But what does it boil down to? It's always about the money. It's always about the money. I'm like, well, then start investing your own money. Done. Use your own money. Don't ask for investors. Don't ask for loans. Don't ask for partnerships. Just do your own thing. Done. I mean, right? Anyway, thank you guys. Dacob, Vampire Financial Advisor. I ain't no vampire. Oh, well, I ain't no vampire financial advisor, but I am a vampire. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I'm not here throwing shade at Kanye. I wish him all the best. I wish him a great, prosperous life, all the success, fortune, money, beautiful music, his kids to be amazing, to grow up wonderful people, blessed, and hashtag blessed for the gods, okay? I'm just saying, dude, save yourself the stress and the nerves. Invest your own money and call it a day. Thank you guys so much. Until next time, never forget to never give up on love. Subscribe.